Now, usually I take the day off on Sundays, but so much happened yesterday that I need to talk about pretty much everything. Fernando Tatis Jr. and Pete Alonso, they made some history. We're going to talk about the Blue Jays and whether or not they are regretting the Dalton Varsho trade. And also, we got to talk about the Angels kind of pushing the panic button. I don't know if it's a full-blown panic button, but they're calling a Ben Joyce, the guy who was throwing 105, 106 just last year. He was drafted a year ago. Now, before we do that, I do want to show this random crazy clip. So this guy, Luken Baker, you know that he was going to be a big human and a good baseball player with the name of Luken Baker. He just hit a 412-foot home run with a broken bat. Do you know how strong you have to be as an individual to send a baseball not only to the outfield, but over the fence with a bat that was snapped in half, basically? Luken Baker, the dude has prodigious pop. Keep an eye out for that name. You know who else has prodigious pop? Pete Alonso of the Mets. That was his 20th home run. I cannot believe I'm even saying that out loud. 20 home runs, and it's not even the month of June yet. Right now, he is on pace for a 60 home run season. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that Pete Alonso stands a chance of breaking the all-time home run record? Because he would really have to turn it up. Like, he's already been on a historic pace. So let me know in the comments whether or not you think that's possible. And also, Francisco Alvarez, he had a crazy cool home run as well. In the month of May, he's actually top 10 in F4 for all positional players in Major League Baseball. That kid has been amazing. By the way, I do want to mention that the Rockies actually won that game, even though Pete Alonso had home run number 20 and Alvarez sent one to space. You know who else sent one to space? Ryan McMahon on a go-ahead 2-run home run. The Rockies beat the Mets yesterday. Good for them. I do want to talk about the fact that Ben Joyce is being called up by the Angels. I think this is in response to Matt Moore, their kind of versatile lefty who has been amazing the last season and a half for them. He is going to be on the IL, I believe, so Ben Joyce should be taking his spot. He was drafted last year in the 3rd round. He was the 89th overall pick less than a year ago. He has a 4.6 ERA in the minors this season. He has 24 strikeouts and 15 innings. So again, he's going to get lit up because he throws so hard. So when you make contact, it might get hit very far. He's not going to be a starting pitcher. He is going to be a 6th or 7th inning guy just to kind of get him used to Major League pitching, the pace of the pitch clock and everything like that. So there you go. Ben Joyce, less than a year later, he's in the big leagues. He's the 2nd Angels player that was drafted last year that's going to make their debut in 2022. The first one is Zach Neto. Zach Neto has been a defensive wizard at shortstop. He has been one of the most important players in baseball, at least in my opinion. He was drafted in 2022 as well. So the Angels, they're pushing the buttons right now. Now, before we move on, I have to show you guys one of the most Angels losses I've ever seen. So Ohtani, he was nasty on the bump. He did walk 3. He allowed an earned run, but he struck out 10 hitters over 6 innings. Just Jorge Soler, he's on a different planet right now. That is a home run in 5 consecutive games. He's the 2nd Marlins player ever to do that. Now, here's where the Angels, like Mickey Moniak, he's been having such a good start. He drops a ball, and if it wasn't bad enough, there was a little dribbler to the pitcher. There was a force out. Just kidding. The catcher wasn't even on home plate. His foot was off of it. So once they go to replay, the umpire, as you can see, the runner at home is safe, and the Marlins go on to win, I think by a score of 8-5 or something like that. So Angels fans, I'm really sorry about that. All right, let's talk about Dalton Varsho and whether or not the Blue Jays are regretting this trade because they traded Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Gabriel Moreno, but we'll talk about how they're doing in just a second because look at that play. I tip my cap to Dalton Varsho. He put his body on the line. He tried his best to make that play. Just unfortunately, he got Jose Canseco not off the dome, but it was in and out of the glove. That is going to be a home run, and look at that. On back-to-back swings, pretty much, he had a chance of robbing back-to-back home. Well, actually, the first one wasn't a home run technically, but then it was a home run, so he had a chance of robbing back-to-back home runs. You know what I'm trying to say. Now, what I do want to mention is the fact that Dalton Varsho has not been that great offensively this year. I mean, he's hitting home runs and stealing bases, but Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is hitting .310 with 8 home runs, 20 RBIs. He has a pretty much 150 OPS plus. He has been a man on a mission to prove the Jays wrong, that they should have kept him. Now, defensively, he has a -1 outs above average, so he's not going to wow you with the defense. Gabriel Moreno, a former top 1 prospect, like in all of Major League Baseball, he was sent along with Dalton Varsho. He's hitting .295 with 2 home runs, a .331 on base percentage. You will take that from a young catcher. So let me know, do you think that the Blue Jays are going to end up regretting that Dalton Varsho trade? I don't think so because he's kind of a streaky hitter. It's only a matter of time before he pops off for 5 home runs in a month while playing pretty much platinum level defense. He won a Gold Glove last year. That's what the Blue Jays are looking for: offense, speed, and defense. Fernando Tatis Jr. made some history yesterday against the Yankees. That home run off of Luis Severino was his 90th career home run, which means that he was the second or third fastest in Major League Baseball history to 90 home runs. He did it in just 305 games. I'm gonna say this right now, it might be an unpopular opinion, but the way that Tatis has swung the bat this year, the dude, whether he has ringworm or not, he is gonna average a 7 WAR for the next decade. So all of you Yankees fans that keep chanting steroid at him, it's like chanting cheater when Jose Altuve is up to hit. It's usually gonna supercharge him and they're gonna play better. So I don't know, maybe we should pump the brakes. But then again, does he deserve the trolling and the hate? I don't know, maybe he does. Regardless, Yankees fans come away with the last laugh as IKF, who is having a miserable season in the batter's box, he walks it off, so shout out to him. Oh my God, the Dodgers and the Rays are going at it right now, but I do want to talk about yesterday's game. The Dodgers did win. We'll show their highlights in just a second because I do want to show the return of Tyler Glasnow. He went 4 1/3 innings. He did allow 3 runs, so he wasn't the most efficient, but he did have 8 strikeouts in less than 5 innings, so he was nasty. I think that he's only going to get better the more that he's out there. Also, the hair is looking luscious, so the Dodgers do win this game, but a small victory is getting Tyler Glasnow out there back for the Rays. Harold Ramirez is still raking. By the way, I just want to mention that Miguel Vargas has been much better as of late. That's his 5th home run of the season. The Dodgers, they do beat the Rays yesterday. So that pretty much does it for all the MLB clips. I do want to show one more. Do not go anywhere because this is absolutely just, how did this happen? So a championship, not a, a Western Conference or a semi-finals, anything like that. A championship ended because there was a drop third strike and the catcher did not tag the runner. So the runner, he just kept on going and going. The other team is celebrating. Some other kids on the team are saying, get the ball, throw it home. You didn't tag him. That's a live ball. The hitter ends up scoring. It has to be the first ever inside the park pass ball walk-off in the history of baseball. I've never seen that before in my entire life. That is absolutely brutal. But also at the same time, they had plenty of time to get that ball to the catcher, although the catcher was out the pitching mound, so maybe, I don't know, but let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think of today's MLB recap. I know it was a little bit quicker paced, so if you guys enjoy these shorter recaps and the more headline-based recaps, let me know. And let's just show the web gems from yesterday.
Big time was with the Yankees.
Oh, what a play by Kim. Oh, he took a base hit away from IKF.
Ground ball. Bichette gloves it from his knee. Got him.
Control is all about, not only does Bo save a run here, but he also...
Ground ball, that's headed to the middle. Bronco with the pickup and throw.
Steps, kicks, and delivers, and the 1-0 pitch is hit to deep right field. Garcia racing back to his left, reaches out, makes a leap, makes the catch, a snow cone grab. Adolis got it, just barely.
And Happ out towards right. Fraley coming on. Fraley makes the...
That one's off of Crawford. Ricochets towards the line. Crawford with a shovel. In time.
Make a toss. That's a heck of a play by Crawford.